Hey everybody, it's me, Remy, the comic book poser. I'm here today to welcome you to Enter the Poserverse. It's Monday, so you know what that means. Time to talk about what my top 5-ish books were for last week's new comic book day. So if you missed out, you can check them out on this week's new comic book day. To see what made the list, you'll find out after this.
Hey, little girl, did you want to know a secret?
I got 5 on it. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Two quick announcements. Number one, there is a very good chance this week that we will finally do the 1,000 subscriber giveaway live stream on Wednesday or Thursday. Pay attention to social media and see what's up for grabs. Number two, don't forget about my Whatnot auction on Thursday night at 8:30 Central. So, let's see what made the list. Alright, again, we got 2 honorable mentions coming out of this last week. And the first one might surprise a lot of you. From Marvel Comics, we've got Sinister War number 1. You will know that I have not been very kind to Nick Spencer in this run on Spider-Man. That there was just all build, no setup. We found things out about villains in the first 5 issues that didn't become relevant. Hell, when I stopped reading around issue 40. So I decided to go ahead and pick up Sinister War because I like the Sinister Six as a unit, and it's legitimately good. While I missed out on elements of the run, it's not crucial to have read everything Spider-Man to be able to know what's going on. And if so, maybe I'll do a deep dive on some Spider-Man getting set up for the rest of this event. But I'll finally give credit where credit's due and tell Nick Spencer and the creative team I'm finally not mad at you for what you've done to Spider-Man. My other honorable mention, from Image Top Cow, is A Man Among Ye number 5. This is by Stephanie Phillips, Josh George, John Callis, and Troy Pateri on letters. Our Pirate Queen is back. That the first arc ended with her fleeing prison, an island like the governor's mansion or something like that was set on fire. So she's dealing with a crew that is not entirely happy with her. She's dealing with a fight for her own freedom. She's got a bunch of things going on, and it's real good. If you did not pick up the first 4 issues, I highly advise that you do so, because it's just one hell of a story. Coming in at number 5, from Image Comics, is Die number 18 by Kieran Gillen, Stephanie Hans, and Clayton Cowles. I've been reading this obsessively, and it hasn't made the list all that often, only because I agree with a lot of people that Die reads much better in trade than it does in single issues, but I really enjoyed this issue in terms of focusing on Soul, who is the original GM when the adventure party originally came home before the game, or after the first version of the game in issue 1. Soul was the one who was left behind. Soul was the first member of the party to die, and now he is functioning as one of the Fallen. And I think this does a great job kind of creating a deep dive into a character who we know has kind of been bad from the beginning with some of his intentions, and now it starts to explain why. I think we only have a couple of issues of this left, so I can't wait to see how the game wraps up. Coming in at number 4, from Boom Studios, is Eve number 3. This is by Jo Mi Young and Brittany Peer. I really like this. It does a good job of kind of setting up what happened to the planet, what some of the creepy crawlies are, who some of the survivors are, the, kind of like colony of kids that help Eve along on her way, and we get more interaction from the space station. This is a series that just continues to be a standout, amazing read for me. The art is good, and my expectations keep getting higher and higher each week. Coming in at number 3 from AWA Upshot is Moths number 2 by J. Michael Straczynski and Michael Choi. I really liked issue 1 of this. It would have been in my top 2 picks of the week it came out, but I was just incredibly far behind in my reading. So Moths tells the story of people who decide to allow their superpowers to develop after the disease that we learned about in the Resistance storyline kind of ravaged the Earth. And we learn that the woman's power in this story is empathy, but how she can connect with empathy to folks, how she can connect the dots to the events that are going on is just wild. I also think Mike Choi should be getting some love in terms of some Artist of the Year awards next year when this title becomes eligible, just because the photorealism in the art is amazing. Like, it feels like I'm watching an animated feature at times, or even looking at, a real life movie trailer. It's just a good story. I can't wait to see what happens more and more with our main character as she continues to develop her powers. Coming in at number 2, sad that this is coming to a close, is Haha number 6 by Prince Morazzo and O'Halloran. I think I enjoyed this issue a lot only because I've been avidly reading Ice Cream Man, that this is a connection to the character from, I think it's like issue 6 or 8, in terms of Happy Harry the Clown, and you learn that he's just dealing with everything, that comes to shit. And I know that this is a hard issue to deal with because of suicide that happens, and it happens early. But I think it does an interesting way, kind of showing all of the specters that kind of haunt him and why he's left with a fleeting feeling of hopelessness at the end of it all. I like seeing the connection of the two universes, that Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo have going on across Ice Cream Man and Haha, and I know that the preview of this said it was the end of the miniseries, but I hope we see some more, because it's been a good kind of different, if, Ice Cream Man doesn't cut it for you. I think the different kind of art, the different individual characters, I think unique stories are told in Haha in a different way than Ice Cream Man. Knew I was probably going to be biased towards this book at the onset of the week. It was the first book I read, but your pick of the week is Man-Eaters the Cursed, number 1 from Image Comics. It's written by Chelsea Kane, Leah Maternique, Kate Nemechek, Rochelle Rosenberg, and Joe Carmenyaga on letters. This sets up a new story in the Man-Eaters universe where boys and girls are sent to different types of sleepaway camps when their parents decide that they want to dump them off and go on vacation. So we learn about a young woman who has gone to craft camp, and we learn about the experience on the island. I like this because of a lot of the throwbacks to other elements of the Man-Eaters universe, like the sand fleas, questions about whether or not they've turned into not a werewolf, but whatever they call the menstrual beast. I love the art, I love the sarcasm, the biting criticism of gender norms and stereotypes, like the fictional story of, why football camps in Oregon were shut down and why boys were sent to football camp and girls were sent to arts and crafts camp. I think it's an interesting premise. I love that, bad shit is just happening to the end of the alphabet group. And as someone who has had to wait my turn to do a lot of things, only because my name is in the bottom section of the alphabet, I get it and I can relate. But this is a fun read if you liked any of the previous Man-Eaters books, if you like what the duo did in terms of some of their storytelling in Spy Island, then this is something that I definitely think that is worth checking out. What do you think? How did my list stack up against yours? As always, let me know in the comments down below. But as always, y'all, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.
Hey, little girl, did you want to know a secret?
I got 5 on it. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.